Okay, so we're now going to look at Kopakopa. This is Kopakopa or Plantain. So Kopakopa is a wonderful little rongoā. It cleans and corrects impure conditions of the blood, so it purifies the blood and eliminates. So the roots, the leaves, the flowers and seeds can be used internally or externally. So as you can see, this one here is the narrow leaf variety, which has got the long stem and the is it longitudinal veins coming through here. It's the underside. It's the upper side. Then you've also got these stamens here with the little seed pods at the top there. So Kopakopa, it's a diuretic, so it's useful for kidney and bladder problems. It can be taken throughout the day as a tea to help the kidneys and bladder. It can be chewed into a paste and applied to a wound to stop minor bleeding. It's very soothing and cooling as it heals. It's a very earthy rongoā. So Kopakopa is a wonderful rongoā for healing wounds, cuts, stings, bites, scratches, rashes. So all you would do is you would grab a leaf, crunch it up in your hand so that the juices come from the leaf. You can also put it in your mouth and chew it. The saliva actually activates the properties in the leaf, but if you want to just mash it up in your hands, you can, and just apply it to the wound. It will act as an antimicrobial and an anti-inflammatory. It will take the poison, it will help to remove the poison or the toxin from the wound, and also clean it, keep it clean. So it's an antiseptic. It's used to clean cuts and wounds, and it also heals boils and other sores as well on the skin. So you can make the Kopakopa up into a tea and use it as an antifungal, or use it as an anti-inflammatory and an antimicrobial. So it's really good for using as a tea if you've got a cold or if you've got the flu. So taking the tea throughout the day will help the body to deter the symptoms of cold and flu. So I think one of the most important things for that Kopakopa can be used for in this day and age is to be used as a blood cleanser. So it's found everywhere, and this is really important to note. Because it's found everywhere, it can be used, and it's available to be used and accessed. So if you find an area that is clean, you know there's been no pesticides or herbicides being used in that area, and you know the history of the whenua, the land that it's found on, and you know that it's clean and has a good history, then use that Kopakopa in your cooking. Use the Kopakopa for making herbal teas. Add it with something else for taste if you wish to, but start using and growing Kopakopa in your backyard. I can't emphasize enough the benefits of Kopakopa to help purify the blood. It reduces inflammation in the skin. It takes the heat out of the blood. It's just a natural coolant for the blood. So I emphasize and I strongly recommend adding Kopakopa into your diet. Add it to the boil-ups that you make. Don't just use the usual plants. Start using things around you that grow wildly and naturally, like Kopakopa. Okay, here's another angle of Kopakopa. And this Kopakopa has been mowed over, and I can't stress enough the importance of being able to identify Kopakopa even when it's been mown over, because it can still be used. It still has enough leaves there that can be utilised and ground up into a poultice and used. So someone gets a bee sting, the first thing you want to find is this plant here. And if you're on cut grass, learn to identify how to find this plant when it's been cut. Very easy once you know how. And then you can use this plant, just one leaf will do, crunch it up and use the juice of that poultice right there to add to the sting, which will help to clean it as an antiseptic. So learn to identify the plant even on cut grass.